And it says we are now live. Good morning, Shannon. Good morning, everybody who may be in the chat or watching the replay. Please say hello if you are watching right now or even the replay, and let us know how you guys are doing. How are you, Shannon, this morning?
I am doing great. We finally got some sunshine. Like, it looks like it's going to be a great day today.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys were getting some cold weather that came down here, and yeah. So I'm glad it's starting to finally warm up for you. Yeah. Hopefully you don't have too many more cold spells.
I don't think we should have any more frost or any more snow. We've gotten snow as late as the beginning of May, so it's not unheard of. But it is every day it is more unlikely.
Yeah. It's I think I planted my tomatoes a little too soon, because right after I planted them, we got a little cold spell, and I was like,
oh no.
But I think they're good. So I see Mother Teresa is in the chat already.
Excellent.
So good morning, Mother Teresa, and my brother Adam. Hello, Adam. We got the Bible going on here.
Kinda.
Yeah. Which tomorrow is Easter. So you got any plans for Easter?
We do not. So today we are running up to another town where my in-laws live and having lunch with them. So
I don't know what that was. I just clicked on. Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm weird though about going to we're going to a restaurant I've never been before, so I don't know like what I want to order, and I probably should have looked online. And
that's what I do. Is I always look online to see what the menu is. That way I can kind of know if I want to go there or not, or if there is anything that I want there. If not, we're going somewhere else.
That's funny.
Buffets are my favorite, especially Chinese buffets.
Oh yeah, that's always nice.
And even more so if they've got sushi here.
Yes. That is a little harder to come by here. So I don't know why. Okay, here we go. Do you remember last month and I could not get on, I could not see any group chat at all? I was starting to panic. I was getting a little warm there because I was like, I have pushed this group chat button I don't know how many times. It was like way down. I had to scroll way down to the bottom of my screen.
Are you on, I guess you're on your laptop?
Yeah, I'm talking to you on my phone, but I brought my laptop up here. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I usually do like up top, which mine's like off to the side. I always do like the pop out so that it makes it bigger and I can actually see it. And if I don't want to look at
yourself,
then I can kind of move it over.
That's smart. I didn't even know that was an option.
Yeah. And then there is my wonderful husband saying happy Easter to everybody. I think he just got done putting our new mailbox up. Yeah, he ended up making it at work, and that's what he's been doing. Ripping up the old one with the truck and putting the new one in. So
we're definitely going to have to do that at some point because ours is definitely like leaning back into the ditch a little bit. Sometimes snow plows hit them. So you kind of don't want to spend a lot of money on it.
Yeah. Well, this one is 100% made of nothing but steel, like the pipe and everything. So if somebody hits it, they're going to do some damage. We don't know if that's actually legal or not, but we're going to give it a try. And if somebody says, hey, you can't have that, then...
Yeah, I would just wait and see what happens. It's always easier to apologize than ask for permission sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. So if you are in the chat, just please let us know if you can hear us okay, or if not, just please let us know. I know Shannon every once in a while on my side is kind of popping in and out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. And there is Shannon. So there is a topic of discussion for anybody who does want to share. We kind of Okay, so everybody can hear us fine. So the topic of discussion today is just kind of talking about maybe some things that we struggle with, whether that is fiber arts related or non fiber arts related. So if you guys want to share, that is up to you. There is no pressure here at all. But we also decided where Shannon is getting into spinning a little bit more, we decided that we were going to actually dedicate at least one live spinning together. So we might do that here shortly when there is a few more people in the chat.
I did not get super organized ahead of time. Sorry.
Shame, shame, shame.
I know.
And there is Meg. Good morning, Meg. How are you? Are you working today? Or are you off? Hopefully it's not too crazy for you. You looking for your drop spindle?
I was looking for a piece of string.
Ow.
Got one.
Meg says she is always at work. That's never fun.
I feel like that sometimes too,
But she's a store manager. Are you a store manager at a retail store? I know she's a manager, but I can't remember if she's store manager or what.
I thought that's what she had said.
But store managers are on the clock 24/7.
They are.
And there is Katie. Good morning, Katie. How are you? And Katie, I no longer have my ghetto door anymore.
You got a doorknob?
Huh?
You got a doorknob?
We did a whole kinds of things to this door over here, if you can see. So my husband ended up shaving it down where this house isn't leveled. We put a new doorknob on it, but painted it black. And then we had a few stencils from where they did my sign just for a trial run. It says inspirations, and it's got a few sunflowers on it. I know, Katie. Nice. How dare I? How dare So we can't be twinning anymore.
Oh, she's got a wonky door too?
Yeah, she said that the last time we were talking, she said that she had a ghetto door too. Katie, since you are here, I do have a question for you. I know you have ordered from Cocos and Cashmere off of Etsy. How long does it usually take for them to get your order ready and actually shipped out to you? Thank you. Yeah, where we're doing that, once a month unboxing. My husband ordered from Cocos and Cashmere off of Etsy, and it states on their shop that it's going to take like 1 to 2 weeks. Well, we're going on the 3rd week now. He emailed the lady and she said, well, it won't be shipped out until the 25th. And I'm like, that is,
like going on a month?
Yeah. So I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I think I know Katie has ordered from her before.
I had found a person who had a fiber shop on Etsy that was like, it turned out they were coincidentally like 40 minutes away from my house. And so I had sent her a message and I was like, hey, I'm Shannon. And she never got back to me. Yeah, so I was kind of bummed out about that, but it is what it is,
Right.
I was like, that would have been cool. Like, I want to go to her place, but.
What were you like? What kind of fiber were you trying to get?
Well, I had gotten just some like I had gotten. Sorry, I need one more hand. Like I had gotten some of this green wool there.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I think it's like a merino blend.
Gotcha.
It's got like a little bit of maybe yellow and a little bit of brown in there. I think it was called like Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just thought, oh, it'd be cool. Find somebody near me.
Right. Was that was when you first started?
Yep. Yep.
I remember. So she said it took a while the last time. It depends on whether or not what I have ordered is pre-dyed or they have it dyed. Okay. Yeah, she's told us that she was like 4 days ahead of schedule. But the original ship out date was like the 16th, so this past Wednesday. And then I told my husband, I said, if she hasn't, she hasn't even confirmed it yet. But I said, if she hasn't confirmed it yet, then you might need to send her a message, at least by Friday.
Yeah.
But he told us that usually it takes 3 weeks, and it just depends on whether they have it dyed up or not. Long enough that I had to, but yeah. Do you run into any issues with any excess dye when you go to spin it up? Because I know she uses a lot of bright colors, and I'm just a little thinking that there might be some excess dye in it, just because those bright colors do tend to bleed a little bit. But if not, that is great. So, what fiber are you using today?
This is some that I had put on my blending board and put together because I was like, I would like to make some more of it, but I want to see how it looks since I had never done any before. You know what I'm saying? I was like, if it's going to be ugly, I'm not going to, like, I don't want to make a whole bunch of it and then be like, ew.
Right. Yeah, it definitely looks a lot different once it's spun up than it is. There's some pieces of roving or braids of roving that I see and I'm like, ooh, that's really pretty, but
it's not going to look like that.
Yeah. So Katie says, I'm actually spinning one of hers right now, the black and purple. I haven't got any dye on my hands before. The water turns colors a bit, but that's fine. Okay. And Katie is saying that your spinning looks fantastic, that she loves green.
Thank you.
Yeah, you showed off when you first got your drop spindle. And you were showing it off, and I was like, dang, she's actually doing really good for starting off.
It's because I get hyper focused and then I forget the rest of the world exists.
Yeah, I get that. And today I am going to be spinning some of my own hand-dyed fiber. This is one of the Nerds rope. This is the other one that I have. Whoop, I am dropping here. Let's not do that. Let's see. All right. So this is the other Nerds rope that I had hand dyed.
That's so pretty.
Spun. It is. Thank you. It is a fractal spun. It's still available if anybody does want it. There is 312 yards, and it is a light sport weight. So if anybody's interested, there you go.
Is the one that you posted yesterday still available? The turquoise and amber?
Yes, it is. The turquoise and the amber.
Because I would like that one if nobody else has laid claim to it.
Okay, just email me. I will put my email down in the chat.
I have your email.
I know you have my email. You even know where I live. So
I do.
So, but just in case if nobody does. Okay. But yeah, just email me and then we will talk more. I do also I have not gotten the yardage, but this is my sunflower themed, not the one that I hand dyed, I did blend this up on the drum carder, and it's a gradient style yarn.
Oh, very pretty.
But it is cordal wool. I also have, since I got kind of prepared just in case, and then this one I've actually hand dyed as well, and this is another sunflower themed one.
Very pretty.
Thank you. And then this one.
Also very pretty.
Yeah, this is, I think I was trying to sell this a few months ago, and I think I called it Dusty Rose. But I think this one is also, this one was on the drum carder.
So I just pulled a little too tight on my drop spindle and separated my fiber from the rest of my fiber.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it happens.
Put it back on top. That's all you got to do.
Yep.
My husband said, I'm going to buy it all, Cyd. Whatever. Katie, which one are you talking about? Are you talking about... None of these have been posted on my Etsy. So that one's already claimed. And then... So we'll do drum carder sunflower, hand-dyed sunflower, and then nerd rope 1. The one on this one. Yes. So I usually do by yardage and kind of round up. So this one would be about between $40 to $45. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, Katie, we can talk if you want to email me and then go from there. If you're interested, no pressure. And then I'm spinning the twin of it right now if you're interested in getting both of them.
That's really pretty quiet, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, I thought you were talking about the chat, but
no.
Yeah, for the most part it is. My manual, until I ended up actually greasing it up, it was pretty noisy, but once I greased it up, it got really, really quiet.
Nice. Slightly off topic, kind of on topic. I did buy the book that Show and Tell Meg had suggested getting, this Respect the Spindle book off of Amazon, and it really does have like a lot of good information in it. So I am glad I picked that up, and it wasn't terribly expensive, so maybe $20 or so.
Yeah. Who referred you to that one?
Meg.
Meg. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she had, when we did
that live together.
Yeah, Ask the Experts.
We should have done a Ask the Eggsperts today, since it's Easter weekend.
Yeah.
Was that a dad joke?
Yeah, that was a dad joke. I know we need to get Katie up here and spin with us too.
Yes.
Which she's also got an electric spinning wheel, and then she also has that Charka spinning wheel.
Okay.
So freaking cool. How are you liking your Charka wheel, Katie?
Yeah, I do like it, Meg. I appreciate you recommending that.
So does it, like, in that book, does it go over like different types of ways that you can spin yarn, or just...
Here, I'll put this down and then I'll grab it.
Okay. I am so sorry.
No, you're all good. It also still takes me a lot of concentration. So I feel like I'm just like so focused on the fiber, and I'm like, oh wait, I'm in a group chat.
Like, me and Shannon talked before we actually went live. This is spinning on live is completely different. Y'all that have been around, y'all know this. So I know I was a little bit nervous, and
Mm-hmm.
then I'm sure Shannon was nervous too. Plus, she's still green at
Yes.
very green at spinning.
Yeah,
She
so really, here's like, you probably won't be able to see the table of contents, but it's like basically telling you about spindles and then how to spin on it, plying, which is where I'm like completely lost at this point. But yeah, I think it's just really good for basics when you're starting from zero.
gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Because they've got like a lot of really good um, diagrams and stuff like that, so you can really see like how to be doing stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one that I have, it's the I can't even remember what it is, but it's just different ways to spin different yarns. That's all.
Okay.
I know she does go a little bit into details. It's by Sarah Anderson. She does
Okay.
go a little bit of detail to how to spin. She also talks about like how they use the carders, drum carder. Um, I think even a hackle brush or hackle comb, stuff like that. So it's
Okay.
kind of an overall good
Yeah.
book, really. And then there is my stepdad. And then there is my brother again. He said he just subscribed. So thank you for subscribing. Uh, so we do kind of, because my stepdad's name is David.
Oh,
So I feel like we do kind of have the Bible going on
you
here.
do.
A bunch of names. It tells you about the different types of spindles too, and I love how she states that the drop spindle. Oh, she sent it too soon. It happens, Katie.
Only
You
got
get
half your message.
Yeah, you get excited and it's like,
Yeah.
oops, I've done that before.
Or like when you think you can hit return, but when you're hitting return, you're actually sending. You're not starting a new line.
Yeah, or you get autocorrect. Oh,
Yes.
autocorrect is the worst. I love that she says the drop spindle is more than just a beginning place for spinners.
Very true. I did start I did start that direction though, because I was like, I want to spend a minimal amount of money to find out if I like something. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like I feel like it's definitely something you could definitely really dive deep into, but if you want to just experiment for like 20 to 40 bucks, that's a pretty low barrier to entry.
Right. Not me. I went full on. I went to get nano, and that's what I got. And then I went from there. Like I just showed you back of last month, I just got a drop spindle, and I kid you not, it has totally changed my perspective on spinning. I haven't done any more than that day that I told you that I
Oh
got.
my gosh.
It, what it is where I'm so used to the drop, or not the drop spindle, the nano and the manual spinning, actually spinning.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there wanting to just continue drafting it because I do short drafts, or they call it also inchworm.
Okay.
And so having to realize that I can't do that necessarily with a drop spindle, especially first off, it's like, what are you doing? And then as I'm sitting there twisting it, I'm sitting there like manually twisting it. I'm like, just let it hang and twist itself, or put it on your lip. But I've noticed, like, okay, so for my spinning beginners series,
Mm-hmm.
I had said, first starting off, the fiber that you need to start off with, I said Highland wool is a good start.
Mm-hmm.
I started I started with that fiber on my drop spindle.
Mm-hmm.
It did not want to spin. It did not. So I ended up getting I think it was last year or the year before that, some showstopper. It's a
Oh,
rolling style. Yeah.
yeah. Is it acrylic though? Or
It
is that
was,
wool?
no, it was a acrylic polyworth, I think, or I can't remember exactly what kind of blend, but it was, I think it had like a small grade of wool in it.
Okay.
And I did so much better using that than I did with the wool, which is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But um this one, for anybody who's interested, I do not think that they have a online store, but we went to a day on the farm where they were shearing some sheep last month.
That's
Uh,
so cool.
yes, it was. And one of the people, the vendors that was there, they were actually selling some drop spindles and a lot of other wood crafts. But he actually makes this handmade, he carves it and all and stains it. But there's a sunflower on top of the
Oh,
wall.
perfect.
So I was like, oh my gosh, I have got to have it.
I
So
gotta get that.
yeah, I paid a little bit more. Honestly, it really wasn't that bad. He was selling it for like $40.
That's not bad.
No, for it to be handcrafted and everything.
Yes.
But I was like, I looked at my husband and I said, can I get it? Can I get it? Can I get it? He's like, go ahead.
He probably knew the minute he saw it that he was purchasing it. So,
Yeah. Which I was able to actually meet some ladies there. That's actually a guild, a fiber
oh,
art
yeah.
guild. And where they host it at actually isn't too far. They do it, I think, every second Saturday of the month. So I think at some point I am going to go up there and check them out.
Yeah. So, next weekend, I'm going to be going to Des Moines. That's Iowa's capital. Because I mean, Iowa's pretty small, so there isn't a ton of stuff, and there's certainly not a ton of stuff nearby me. But Des Moines has a Spinners and Weavers Guild.
Okay.
And they do like a twice a year fiber festival. So
Uh-huh.
it's got like a bunch of hand spinners and hand dyers that'll be selling stuff.
Uh-huh.
So I am gonna go to that. Oh, I just broke my darn
Uh-oh.
it. I knew that was too thin. I knew it was too thin.
It has.
Okay, I'm gonna put that down so I can talk because otherwise I'll break it. Yeah, so I'm gonna go there, and I'm excited about that. I think they meet once a month. So I followed them on Facebook. And then I was like, oh my gosh. So last weekend, they had a fiber garage sale after their meeting. So you had to be part of the guild to go to this garage sale. But they showed a picture and they were like, it was all stuff that like people didn't want. And it was like bags, big bags of wool. And they were like $5, $7, $10. And I was like, what?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy, right?
As long as the only thing is, I gotta back that up. The only thing is with it being that cheap and nobody wanting it, I'm wondering
If there's a reason why.
yeah, like if it's not good quality fiber or if it's uh, any kind of breakage or a lot of lanolin in it. Yeah, which I just realized I had watched a few months ago from Kamash Vipers talking about if you put fiber on the drum carder and it nips up a lot, more likely it's breakage. But
Ah.
then she also released another video somewhat recently talking about if that's happening, it could be a lot of lanolin buildup in the fiber.
Interesting.
And I was like, all right, I'm going to try to maybe rewash that fiber and then go from there to see
There
if
you
it needs
go.
so. And there is Dustin from King Poopa. Hello, Dustin. It has been a long time since I have seen you. How are you guys doing? How are you and Courtney and Freddie? I think that's third child's name, Freddie. Freddie. Uh, So, and hi, I always say Riki's name Riki, but it's actually Rika. So, hi, Rika. It's so good to see you here, sweetheart.
Yes. Especially since she's in a totally different time zone, so she's kind of got to go out of her way to be here.
Yes, she is in what? I can never remember if she's
Sweden.
in Sweden. Yes. So what is going on here now? Now I'm having issues with the spinning wheel.
Elizabeth is here.
And good morning, Elizabeth. So doing good, just change shift at work, so not much YouTube. I understand. You were working nights, weren't you? That's why. I had it off. I didn't realize that I had not pushed the button completely.
That's funny.
Like, what the heck is going on here? Please don't tell me you're starting to act up again.
Don't you love it when you're like blaming other stuff and then you realize it was just like totally an error on your part? Like, oh, I didn't turn it on all the way.
Yeah. Let's see. Katie, have you read Woman's Work? Fantastic stuff. I guess they're talking about books. And how some of most amazing spinners are as young as 8 to 10 years old.
Wow.
That's my goal with my daughter, is before that age, get her spinning.
Get her going.
With her, I've been working with her here and there, but she still so wants to keep her hands so tight, or just won't free them up. And yeah, no, I have not gotten my hair caught. Usually I have my hair up, so yeah. I mean, there's sometimes like I'll have loose piece of hair that will spin in, but no, not actually gotten my hair caught, thankfully.
If you get a crochet project from me, there's going to be hair in it.
Of course.
Like, I know that's gross, but it's reality.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of extra. It's, oh my gosh, I'm having issues this morning. I'm live, and yeah, you know, things don't ever go right. Yeah, Elizabeth, I've been doing this for so long. Not for so long, but that I just kind of got the feel of it. So
I don't. It's taking 100% of my concentration.
Yeah, it will take a little bit. That's for sure.
I don't know. There's something I enjoy. Like, it just seems to be like, I don't know. I like the connection with like the old ways of doing things, and I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I like to go spin outside, is because it just it kind of sets you back a little bit further in time, and just really appreciate the art of it. And
I can totally see that.
You also get outside, out in nature, and all of that. So
get some vitamin D.
Now on my manual spinning wheel, I'll look a little bit more often, just because I'm not the best at spinning my singles. I'm still the main thing that I use my manual spinning wheel for is just a 2-ply. But occasionally, especially if my nano is down, I will use my manual spinning wheel, because I have got to spin at least once a month. I get tired of, crocheting or knitting or whatever. So I've got something else.
Well, I guess that was the thing too, where I just like seeing like how quickly stuff, I like just seeing it created, and sometimes it takes so long to see results when you're crocheting a blanket or something. Right. And it's, I don't know, I just like the instant gratification of seeing something so quickly, even though this is not quick, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, you get to see it like right then and there.
Yes.
Of what it might potentially look. Have you got, I guess you haven't got into two-plying, have you?
I have not yet.
So are you going to start that on your drop spindle, or are you going to go straight to your manual?
I think I'm going to go to the manual. Yeah. Like, this is fun, but.
Now, I know with the drop spindles, which I do it with my manual spinning wheel, if I run out of my singles and still have some left over, like they don't line up as far as yardage go, I do what is called an Andine ply,
Okay.
which is also, some people call it as the central ball. I think it's central ball.
Okay.
But it's one single spun ply together. So
okay.
yeah, it's actually kind of cool. But when you do the Andine, you wrap it around your fingers, so you can't do like a whole bobbin worth, or else we're gonna lose circulation. So Katie said, yes, spinning is such a mindful activity. That being said, I also love how much mine can wander while I spin. Favorite thing, spinning and listening to about it. Yes, yes. Katie calls it a ply bracelet. I use that method a ton. Love it. Yeah, yeah. I know it does kind of change the plying a little bit, but when you do that, you don't have so many singles left over. Or just like random bobbins that are filled up with a little bit of singles.
No, that makes sense, because you want to get the most out of your resources.
Sometimes, I mean, if you're very consistent, you shouldn't have that problem, as long as you are weighing out your roving, and it should all equal up. But sometimes hand spun yarn is never 100% consistent. Never.
No.
I mean, there's times, I mean, even though it does look, for the most part, somewhat consistent, not always is it 100%.
But that's also like the appeal of it,
So my brother said, hey sis, when are you going to make me something? I don't know. What you wanting? What you wanting? I know I was supposed to make him, my sister, and everybody a pair of socks, but a few years ago. But making socks, it's like making a beanie in a way. Not everybody's foot is the exact same.
Yeah.
And even more so with socks, you've got to pretty much get it down to the T.
And it would be hard too if that person isn't like nearby, I would think, like getting the actual measurements. And
yeah. Mick says, your brother sounds like my dad. When you go make I know my sister, she would send me stuff all the time, of things that she wanted to get done. And I think I finally told her, if you want it, you figure it out.
You better learn to crochet or knit.
Yeah. I don't got the patience. And I'm like, well, I really don't either. But you see,
it's funny though, when like people will send me like crochet things they see on Facebook or something, and it's like, yeah, that's awesome, I love it, but I'm not making it for you.
Yeah, and figure out the price of it, and it's like,
yes,
they kind of shy away. So Meg said she made like 20 pairs of socks and only just figured out I was making them too. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Oh no. So he is wanting a Confederate flag blanket, and he would pay me. I can do that. I know I've made a kind of like American flag themed before for my stepdad. I did like a corner to corner, and then I think did I put a border around it? I can't remember if I put a border, like a thick border, and then add the stars around the border.
Oh, that'd be neat.
I started a few years ago doing the rebel flag, doing like a Grafgian of it, but there was so many changes that I was like, I'm done. But
I
I was
have
also,
never.
go ahead.
Oh, I love the look of graph cams, but there is nothing that makes me want to do one. Like, I know I do not have the patience to do that.
It's when I was doing it, I was still fairly green to crocheting, and just the color changes, and that's what I struggle with the most is, and I know you do too, perfectionism.
Yep.
And that's the wire wrapping jewelry or the wire jewelry that I do.
Mm-hmm.
I get so frustrated because if it does not look identically the same, it's not gonna,
Then it's crap.
yeah, it is not enough. And then it's just like, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's like it has to be perfect for me. I hold myself
Yes.
to a high standard. So,
Which standards are good.
yeah. And another thing
Until
that
it robs your happiness.
yeah, and that's what I've got to, keep in consideration is it can't rob me of that joy of actually doing it or keep me from doing it because, yeah, I love, you know, I'm not much of a jewelry person. I do like my necklaces and I do like my earrings. And that's mainly why I do, is because I like to wear my own,
Oh,
I
yeah.
more or less will wear jewelry, my own made jewelry, than I will my crochet or knit projects. I know that sounds
Okay.
bad, but that's the reality of it.
You also live in a warm climate. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that makes a difference as well. I'm like always wearing my crochet because I'm always cold.
Yeah. You've been wearing beanies for like the last year, almost
I
every single
know.
life.
It's pretty much like August is about the only time I won't have one on.
Yeah. That's that's a hot month.
Mm-hmm.
Katie says, I'm sorry, Meg. I bet they are cozy as can be. Talk about her socks.
Oh.
Don't try.
Oh my gosh, that would be so much work.
Yeah, he's begging now.
I can
He's
tell
begging.
someone has never picked up a crochet hook before.
No.
I remember being in high school and my grandma was really good at a lot of different stuff. She didn't really like crochet a lot, but she knew how, and I wanted her to teach me, and I was really struggling. My grandma was not a great teacher. Like, she knew how to do a lot of stuff and she cared, but she would always just like take whatever from you and finish it for you because you were struggling. And
Yeah.
so like I wasn't getting it and I got mad, took all my supplies home, and then I left for a while and came back, and I have a younger brother and he had like made these stupid crochet dishcloths while I was gone. And he didn't know how to crochet. He just saw the instructions. And I remember being so mad. And he did it just to bug me. Like, just to be like, oh, you couldn't do this.
You have a brother. You just said that, right?
Yeah.
I did not know you had a brother. I thought you were you might have said something and I'm just not picked it up, but I thought you were like the only child or something. Or I had it in my mind that you were a child.
Well, I kind of am. Our family just is not, like, it's been probably a decade since I've seen him. Like, he doesn't really have contact with a lot of people. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, when it came to like doing with all my mom's health stuff and all that, yeah, it was just me. So,
Gotcha. Well, I mean,
yep.
yeah, I have siblings and all. I've got my brother, he's a half brother.
Okay.
And the only actually full blood related sibling that I have is my sister. Um,
Okay.
but I have a stepbrother, a stepsister, and then another half sister, which she is, I think, 13 years younger than I am.
Okay.
But um, my brother, he at a young age went and lived with my grandmother. And
Oh,
then
okay.
when my sister turned 15, she went and lived with my dad. And then so I was, I think, 8 years old when she went and done that. So from 8 to 18, for 10 years practically, I was considered the only
Kind of
child.
an only child.
Yeah. So I can kind of relate on that.
Yeah.
Can you do
I have
something?
not.
So now he's asking for skulls now for his wife. I can, Adam, just message me and let me know what you want, and then we can figure it out.
I have like a super cool, it's not my pattern. I don't remember who it is, but it's a skull shawl and I want to make it.
Yeah,
But then I'm like, oh, this is time intensive.
right. Yeah, I started. I think it was like the beginning of last year or the year before that. I started on the. Oh, I can't remember. It was something of skulls. I can't remember what it was, but it was a shawl, and it was a graphic, but it was only or on a graph, not a graphic.
Okay.
But it was only so far of a graph, and I just could not figure out the rest of it.
Gotcha.
I love you too, Adam. Even though you're begging me right now. No, just kidding. Um, Cyd, the sounding of you spinning is so soothing. Reminds me of hearing my grandmother and her sewing machine. Nice memories. Yeah, it is very, very
It
soothing.
it really
Just
does sound like an old sewing machine.
it is, and just coming in here, and especially if my child is not in here and raising Cain, it's just so relaxing. And honestly, uh, spinning and going live, I have noticed it has usually, you guys know, I've talked before about my nerves and getting all worked up while live. But I've noticed while spinning, it's really soothing those nerves.
Yeah, it kind of helps keep you grounded and
And just kind of keeps my mind off of, also whatever, just being nervous. If that makes
so
sense. Go
oh,
ahead.
that was weird. Yeah, so Meg asked if I have had any tornado scares. We have not here, but I'm feeling like maybe Elizabeth's part of the state, she might be experiencing a little more tornadic activity than me, I think. I think the southern part of the state was actually getting it worse than us. So maybe she can clarify that. Hopefully you've been okay.
Gotcha. Are you guys getting like bad storms soon, or y'all just got over bad storms?
We had some night before last. There was definitely damage. Like at our house, it was fine. We have some like branches down, but like on the way to work, there's somebody lost like a steel roof off of a machine shed. We get like they call them straight line winds, but it's like 70 miles an hour at some times. So, and we will have these all through spring, summer. Like it'll probably be like July, August before that's like our whole storm season.
Jeez. Yeah, we're getting into hurricane season, which
Okay.
it always
No,
makes
Elizabeth says she's good, so good.
me good. Yeah, hurricane season always makes me nervous. We don't get hit nearly as bad as Florida does. Um, but I think the last time a big hurricane came through this area was back in 2000, like 2016, 2017, maybe 18. I can't remember exactly when,
Okay.
but there was some heavy, heavy flooding in this area, and that just Hugo. So I thought it was Matthew, hun. I think Hurricane Matthew is what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, Meg's Florida.
Yeah, she just moved, didn't she?
Yeah, I'm excited. I saw the thumbnail for her new video, like of her new sewing room, but I haven't got to see it yet. So hopefully I'll get to do that this weekend because I'm so curious. I love seeing people's craft rooms.
Yeah. So Katie says, I found a new to me designer on Etsy that has the cutest crochet tops, and one is a tank top with the cutest skull pattern on. Awesome. There's one that I've seen. I have it saved on my Pinterest for the longest time, but it's like the diamonds, I think it is, and it goes down the back, and then it's like a tank top. I'm like, oh.
Okay.
But right now I haven't been willing to pay for the price of the pattern.
I get that.
Yeah. Okay, she moved, but still in the same area. Which, Meg, my husband is originally from Florida. He was born in Turpin Springs, whatever.
Maybe he'll correct you if you said it wrong.
Yeah, down towards kind of like Tampa area, I think. She's on the East Coast of Central Florida, near Kennedy Space Center. I have no clue where that's at. What's going to happen here, Meg? She said it's just going to happen here.
Oh, maybe the hurricanes?
Maybe. Which you've got to go. You can't be on here no later than 10:30 your time, right?
I got to actually get off at 10.
10? Okay, so.
Yes, I'm sorry. You can stay on.
Good. I might stay on for a little bit longer.
Yeah. Like I said, we're going to see my in-laws, and my father-in-law ended up in the hospital. He's got Parkinson's, and he's just kind of struggling right now. So yeah, we're headed up there.
Gotcha. Yeah, go see your family, spend time with your family. It's always important to do that.
It is.
We don't get a ton of direct hits with hurricanes, but they always affect us when they blow through. Yeah. It doesn't help that Florida isn't, but what, maybe a couple 100 miles wide?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So even if you're in the interior, you're still pretty close.
Yeah. I know last year, we have a couple of friends in Suwannee County, and they got hit so bad last year with the hurricanes. So bad. Flooding. They had to get evacuated and all. It was.
Oh, no.
Hi, Malia. How are you? That's my niece.
Okay, so let me show you my yarn I have got spun up here.
There you go. You got some burgundies.
Yep.
All the Shannon.
Yep. So let me show you. This is like what my roving looked like.
Mm-hmm.
It had like rust and orange and amber and white in it. So yeah, like you're talking about, it's just kind of funny how things play out sometimes.
Yeah. It's awesome though.
It is.
You need have you made any Rolex on your blending board? Or yeah, you did. But they were
it was,
they were a little too
big.
That's
this glob. It's like way too loose.
Yeah. You got like you got like a mini bat going on.
Yeah, I know. It is. It literally is a bat.
Yeah.
That's why when you showed that Diz the other night, I was like, I need that Diz.
Yeah, mine, I've made two. They're just bottle caps that I've ran a screwdriver through and made holes in.
Okay. So
Well,
like
they
a
are.
juice bottle or Gatorade
Yeah,
bottle or something like that?
yeah, yeah. Nothing too special.
Yeah, but if it
It works.
works.
It does its job. So I do want one of their more fancy ones that you get off of Etsy, but I am not too worried about it. Job.
Yeah, you're like, that would be nice, but it's not necessary.
Which I was actually just looking. I had popped onto Etsy real quick this morning, and first thing that I seen was actually a diz that had several different holes in it for sizes, and then
Oh,
um, I went to that person's shop, and she was actually selling those cards to get your weight of yarn.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, yeah, I don't know if you've seen my reply back to you, but I think that was Rebel Stitchers. I think that was their Etsy
Okay,
shop.
perfect. Perfect.
Meg said that's why tornadoes are so odd to me, that they are so targeted and only in specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me just say that I, for the first time, like a couple weeks ago, watched the movie Twisters. It was like a adaptation of the Twister movie in the 90s, which was not super accurate anyway. But this one that was just made like that last year, that is in no way accurate. That was the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that
Like
one.
that
Go ahead.
Well, I'm just like, you can't drive a truck into a tornado and put an auger down in the ground and think your truck is going to be fine and then shoot fireworks into a tornado.
No, no. Yeah, we watched it. I mean, I grew up on the Twister movies. My sister, she loved them. And then we watched the new one that just recently came out, and
Mm-hmm.
we were like, my husband and I were like, that sucked. That absolutely sucked.
Yeah, it was just like, it could not have been more inaccurate in any way. And then,
Yeah.
spoiler alert, in case anybody's going to watch it, how they started it out with everybody dying.
My husband
Girl's
said, think,
boyfriend getting sucked up by the tornado.
yeah,
Ah!
it's Katie says she uses a button for a Diz.
Okay.
Meg, I do not. If you grew up on the older Twister
Don't
movies,
watch it.
watch it. You will be so disappointed. So
Yeah, don't
disappointed.
do it.
Yeah. You gotta go, girly.
Oh, yeah. I love hanging out though, so it's hard for me to leave. Like, this is
Yeah,
fun, so
I
I'm
get it.
enjoying it.
I get it. I think I'm gonna
Well, I
stay on.
will.
I think I'm gonna stay on for a little bit, and then yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. I will probably text you or email you like probably Monday. I won't bother you on Easter, but I will get a hold of you on Monday about the yarn I want.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll take care of that. But have a wonderful Easter. Thanks for having me. And we'll see each other in a month. I mean, we'll see each other before then, but we'll see each other next month.
Alrighty, you have a wonderful day. Thank you, Shannon.
You too. Bye, guys.
And if you guys do not know Shannon, which I think for the most part all of us do, Shannon is such a wonderful person. She is such a wonderful friend, and I cannot be more grateful to have her in my life, even though we don't actually know each other in person. But she has wonderful content. She talks about just what we all kind of struggle with as far as in fiber arts, whether it's knitting or crocheting. And again, if you guys haven't checked her out, please do so because she is wonderful and she's got some wonderful content. But yeah, I think I'm gonna sit up here for a little bit and spin if you guys are okay with that. And if any one of you guys want to come up, I can figure out how to send or put the link in the chat so that one of you guys can come up if you want to. No pressure. So the drop spindle that I was actually talking about earlier that I got, I forgot to mention the name, I believe, but it is from Pluff Mud Farms, which they are located in Charleston, South Carolina. So there is the drop spindle again. Yeah, it's definitely a lot different spinning on the drop spindle for me than it is the Nano. Let's see. So how is everyone doing today, or what are you guys working on? And if you do have any questions for me, just feel free to put that down in the chat. And I'm just spinning some of my own hand-dyed fiber that I dyed a few months ago. This is the Nerd's Rope, and it is a 23 micron merino wool. And I absolutely love spinning the 23 micron merino wool. Did I get the upgrade package for the Nano? No, this one is just the Nano 1.0. So it's the original one. I got this about 3 years ago off of a Facebook group. So it is not the upgraded package. I thought about seeing if I can kind of convert it to at least the 2.0, which I think it's just the motor that's different and then the tension band, but I'm not exactly sure. So Meg, our Easter plans are, I think we're actually going to go to church tomorrow for Sunday service. And then after that, I have no clue. Probably yard work or housework or something. My stepfather-in-law is actually, or not my stepfather-in-law, my father-in-law is actually coming in this coming week. So we've got some things that we've got to clean up and get ready for him to come down, or actually come up because he's in Florida. So do you have any plans, Meg, or anybody else? So Elizabeth is working on a beautiful shell blanket for her new grandbaby on the way. Awesome. Do you guys know the gender yet, or is that going to be a surprise? That sounds wonderful, and congratulations on the new grandbaby. I know it's definitely different, Shannon not being here. I will say that. I think we are going to also, of course, do an Easter egg hunt for our daughter. And then, of course, got her a few things for her Easter basket. You have church and then cleaning out duck and chicken cage before going to your parents for egg hunt and dinner. Awesome. That does, the chicken and duck part does not sound very fun. Does not sound fun at all. Do you do a deep litter method, or do you just clean it out however often? So you should know the gender after the next doctor visits in a couple weeks. Awesome. Well, I hope everything is going well and smoothly with either your daughter or daughter-in-law. So, Katie, your nieces are going to be in town this week and wanted to make your carrot cone pattern for each of them. Awesome. That is such, I felt like that was a very cute idea for the little ones. And it's so simple to do. Really, all it is single crochets and a few increases. And then I think at the top of it for the grass part, um, it's just some chain stitches. Rika, sorry for missing saying goodbye to Shannon. Just came back from shopping. That's okay. I'm pretty sure she understands. It's absolutely okay, Rika. Adam, it is not moonshine, even though Shannon does joke with me quite a bit. For those who don't know, Shannon, we got to talking one day and she just found it comical that I drink out of a mason jar or a ball jar. And then now from there, she's joking with me drinking moonshine, but it's just water. Could you imagine how tipsy or drunk I would be if I was drinking that much moonshine, you guys? Yes, yes, I would say they would love them. Yeah, I'm putting a few candy pieces into my daughters. Yeah, exactly. I always say moonshine gives you four-wheel drive. I'm blind half the time, anyways, Katie. I have very poor eyesight thanks to my mother. That's okay, Meg. That is okay. I'm just very appreciative that you are still in here along with everybody else. So you've been doing a deep litter through the week, but they are all in my garage while they grow out. So I clean out completely once a week. Okay. Yeah, I like the deep litter method because you don't really have to clean it so often, and then you get some really nice compost within a few months or however. So you have 4 ducklings and 24 chicks in your garage right now. It gets, oh yeah, trust me. We've got some Cornish cross hens right now, and if you guys don't know, they eat a lot, they drink a lot, and I've got to clean out their little brooder today because it is absolutely disgusting. Ducklings are fun and they're cute. Yesterday we were messing with our goats. We ended up putting a mirror in their run, and for the first time they seen their reflection, and our male, his name is Tonic, and he had us cracking up. He was sitting there head butting the mirror and just like, who the heck is this? It was hilarious. I think Monday I'm going to have a video because I was videoing them while looking at their reflection. I think I'm going to have a video coming out Monday of that because it was hilarious. Then the ducks go swimming on Sundays. Yes, I compost all the bedding. It's great stuff. The ducks just get everything wet, and yes, they do. And ducks are very, very nasty. Very nasty. Yeah, they have me cracking up, Katie. Yeah, they're adorable. They're adorable, but they're nasty. We had a few ducks a few years ago, and then we ended up, close your ears if you are against not necessarily animal cruelty, but raising your own birds. But we ended up butchering them off because we had 9 drakes, and we just ended up getting rid of the girls too because they were just laying wherever. They were laying in the pool and really wasn't no use for anything. So we just went ahead and butchered them off as well. Yeah, people can be pretty nasty too, Katie. That's for sure. Goats are hilarious. Yes, they're fun. We've been talking about maybe doing goats. Just, do you have good luck with them? I have heard mixed stories. Some love them and some hate them. We just got our goats back at the beginning of March, so I don't really know or have anything to say about goats. I love them. We have, or really experienced, as I should say, with the goats. So I really don't have an opinion on them. I do like going out and sitting with them and just getting to know them getting to know us. We have two. They are a mix between, what are they? They're a Nigerian dwarf mixed with a briar, so they shouldn't get too big. Hey, if their duck is really good. It's really good. Yeah, we ended up also getting rid of our roosters because they started attacking us, and I do not deal with an aggressive rooster. You would take animal waste over human waste any day. Yeah, I say I don't mind cleaning up myself, but anybody else, I don't want to be cleaning up anybody else's. Yeah. Yeah, they are escape artists, Meg. They've already gotten out twice, but we have, I believe it's a 5-foot fence, or maybe not a 5-foot, maybe a 4-foot fence, and where they're just a dwarf breed, and how we have some of the areas blocked up. They haven't gotten out again, but yes, some breeds are they're escape artists, and they do destroy. They are destroyers. So how do you pluck them? I tried to dress one out and the feathers wouldn't release. Scolding, dunking was useless. So what we do is, I've heard it's a lot. I can't remember if my husband's still in the chat. He might be able to help me out with this, but I can't remember if they're cold, it's harder to pluck them, or I think if they're warmer, it's easier to pluck. So right after we butcher them, we go ahead and start plucking. But yeah, we just do it by hand. We have talked about getting an actual plucker machine. We just got 4 Cornish hens, and then we've got another 10 on the way at the end of May. So with butchering so many at a time, we have talked about we would like to vest in a plucker. Pluck before you gut. Which, PJ, if you want to come in here, you can. Yeah, I think it is easier when they are warm. But yeah, we just do it by hand. Sometimes we'll add water in, spray it down. You're painting eggs outside. Okay, I see how it is. Straight out of the coop, or did you get something from Dollar General when you guys went up there? Okay. Yeah, we had a Pekin duck. He was a drake. We called him Big Papa for a reason because he was a big papa. He was big. I used to raise quail and I just skinned them completely because it was so much easier. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you could do that too. Just if you're not doing a whole chicken or the whole carcass, you can just skin them. Which I think that's what we ended up doing with the ducks, I believe, because we believe we ended up butchering 5 ducks at one time. So we didn't want the skin on them. Plus, ducks are fattier anyways. So we just ended up skinning them. Yeah, they do get huge. I can't remember how much he weighed. I don't even think we did weigh him after he was dressed. I know our turkey that we raised last year, after we dressed her, she was 15 pounds, but she was 21 pounds before dressed. I'm so happy I was able to hang out with you guys this morning. Thank you so much for company. Thank you, Katie, for coming in. I appreciate you coming in and sticking around. Just let me know. Just let me know which ones you want. Email me. And if you ever want to come up and go live with me, Katie and Spin, just let me know that as well. No pressure. So this is the eggs that they are painting outside. That's pretty. You made a flower? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Dad made it. What?
None.
I'm in trouble now, you guys. I would love to go live with you and Shannon sometime. That would be live. Absolutely. Like I said, just let me know and we will work something out. It doesn't have to be, every third Saturday of the month. It could just be whenever. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I have practically all the time in the world until she goes to kindergarten, which will be this coming August. But you guys, I think I am going to go ahead and cut this live. We do have a few things that we are wanting to do this weekend. Again, I just always appreciate you guys being here and chatting with myself and Shannon. And I hope you all have a wonderful Easter if you do celebrate. But if not, please enjoy your Sunday, enjoy your weekend, and yeah. If you guys have any questions before I go, just again ask away and then we will be on our merry way. Take care, Rika. Thank you for coming in. And real quick before I do go, I think our next live is going to be May 17th on Shannon's channel at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. Central, unless something changes. But of course, Shannon and I will always update you guys in our community post or wherever. So, again, thank you guys for hanging out with us. And yeah, have a wonderful Easter, everybody. Thank you.